Hello, Aubrey. I will send you the time schedule for the ceremony and party later. Just so you know.
Are you guys really getting married?
Of course we are. Why do you ask?
Because you had a baby before the marriage. It's embarrassing. You have to have the marriage first before having a baby. That was irregular during our period.
I'm sorry for making you feel embarrassed. But it's not that unusual nowadays, and there are many people who have weddings with their children after they are born.
That is not the point. Who cares about the others? I can't let you do that to my son. Besides, my son graduated from a top university and works for a famous company, while you graduated from a low-ranked university and don't have a big job. It's humiliating to me. You think I worked hard to raise my son for nothing? He could have married a nice young lady from a good family.
What can I say? But I love Nick more than anyone else, and I'm going to do my best to be a housewife, a mother, and work as hard as I can. Of course, I hope to have a good relationship with you too. I hope you'll accept me.
Are you going to continue working as well? At least focus on being a housewife. I expect you to fulfill your duties as the wife of the husband who works for a well-known company.
I like my job. Besides, Nick encourages me to keep working.
Get over yourself. I don't like you. I haven't accepted you as his wife. Keep that in mind.
Aubrey.
Hey, Stella.
Good morning, Aubrey. Today is the day.
Hey, are you really going to marry my son? You think you're allowed to do so?
What happened all of a sudden?
Huh? How brazen! Such a shameless person. Are you going to put all of the burden on my son?
What? Well, I don't understand what you mean. Can you explain it to me?
You should already know. This is why I hate people with low education. You have a weak brain.
What on earth are you talking about? What does my education have to do with my marriage?
You're such a shallow-minded person. Do you think I don't know anything?
What?
You are hiding something from my son and me, aren't you?
Hiding something? No, I'm not hiding anything. What are you talking about, Aubrey?
Wow. After all this time, you're still trying to play dumb?
I mean, what is it? I have no idea.
It's about the child.
The child? Everything is going well. Oh, about that? I was going to tell you about it with Nick after the wedding. I'm sorry for keeping it a secret.
See? I knew you were hiding it.
Yes, it looks like it's a boy.
Huh?
It's too early to tell, but I could see it clearly. It's a boy.
Huh? How can you say such a thing? What kind of nerve do you have?
Huh?
Anyway, stop this marriage right now.
Why? Nick is very happy. And finally, we're getting married today. And you're asking us to stop the wedding?
You're such a shameless woman.
I love him with all my heart. Now we have a precious baby, and I won't break up with him.
How far would you go to take advantage of my son?
I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean by taking advantage?
Enough. If that's what you're up to, then I have an idea. Who cares if you regret it?
Hey, Aubrey. Hey, Nick.
Stella, what's up? Have you started getting ready? I'm almost there too.
I got a text from your mother that doesn't make any sense.
From Mom? What did she say?
She said I'm taking advantage of you and hiding something, and we need to cancel the wedding.
What? What is Mom talking about? It's our wedding day.
That's what I said, but she seemed to be really angry. It was like she didn't want to hear what I say. And then she said if that's what I'm up to, she has an idea. She doesn't care if I regret it. Just like that. What should I do?
God, I'm so done with her assumptions. She texted me last night too.
What? What did she say?
Well, something like what you said. And she said that the baby is not mine.
What? That's impossible.
Right? So I told her not to say such a stupid thing on the day before the wedding. And then I ignored her. I don't even know why she says so.
Oh, really? What should we do?
Don't worry about it. We're getting married. If something happens, I'll take care of it, so don't worry.
Yeah. Aubrey, what on earth do you think you've done? You ruined our wedding.
I told you. I warned you not to get married and you ignored what I said.
When I was about to appear in front of everyone, you screamed something that is not true. Like, I'm a scammer, or I'm cheating, or the baby's father is not Nick. And when you were done screaming, you ran down the aisle at such a great speed. What was that?
What do you mean? You're pregnant with another man's child, and what kind of mother would let her child marry that person? I can tell Nick is going to be unhappy.
He's not the father? What are you talking about? That's impossible.
You devil woman. I'll never forgive you. Well, thanks to me, I ruined the wedding, so I was able to avoid the worst case. You can't marry my son. Ha 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 ha.
Aubrey, I absolutely cannot forgive you. Do you really think you're allowed to do this? Please don't ever come back to the ceremony again.
Of course not. The child in your belly is not my son's. Get divorced now. How dare you make my son to raise a child of a man you cheated on him with?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Anyway, I'm going to exterminate you. Ha 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 ha.
Exterminate? I'm not a bug. I didn't think you were that kind of person. I never want to see you again. I will cut you off even though you are Nick's mother.
So will I. Well, you're no longer going to marry Nick, so it's inevitable that I'm going to cut you off, though. At best, find a kind man who will be the father of your child. Stella, I hope you feel better. You should thank me for guiding you in the right direction. This is because you tricked my son into becoming the father of your child.
What do you want?
I got you a lawyer. I knew you must be depressed by now, so I did it for you.
A lawyer? We don't need a lawyer.
Why not?
Because I have no intention of getting divorced.
Stop being so stubborn. Sooner or later, you'll have to divorce him.
We've just finished our wedding. There was an interruption during the ceremony, but thanks to the priest, we were able to finish it smoothly. It was truly a holy day. I will never forget this blessing.
Hey, Stella, are you crazy?
No, I'm feeling very happy. Thank God the disturber was gone. We were celebrated by our friends, colleagues, and relatives.
Huh?
Nick seems to be full of emotion.
Nick? What on earth is going on?
He has read through all the messages from you. You got carried away, huh?
What?
Mom, it's me. You did a terrible thing today. What's up with you?
Because Nick, this woman is cheating on you. There's no need for you to give birth to someone else's child and raise it when it's your first marriage.
I said, do you have any evidence? We've already gotten married.
Nick, calm down. I saw her last night. I saw Stella leaving the apartment.
Yeah, I had some work I really needed to finish, so I had her go back to her parents' house since the wedding was today.
And then someone came to pick her up. He was a tall, handsome man. He was saying like, "Are you feeling okay? I can't wait to see what kind of baby you'll have. If it's a boy, he may look like Stella." She was seeing the father of that child when you weren't around. I absolutely can't forgive her.
Huh? Mom, what are you talking about?
Nick, it's not too late. Divorce her. I got the lawyer. We can go through the procedure right away.
You do have a bad prejudice. I'm so overwhelmed that I don't even have the words.
Huh?
That handsome man is Stella's uncle.
Uncle? She has a relationship with him?
What nonsense are you saying? He is Stella's mother's younger brother. I heard he's 12 years younger than Stella's mother.
Huh? Uncle?
He's a good-looking guy and looks younger than he is. He came over for our wedding at that time. He came to pick up Stella for her father who couldn't make it.
What? He's not the father of her baby?
That can't be true. The child in her belly is definitely mine.
There's no way I would know, because I've never met him before.
Of course. He came back to the country just for this wedding. Why did you do such a stupid thing?
Well,
you did something you can't take back, okay? You understand?
Because I always didn't like Stella. I didn't want to accept her as your wife. Why should I let such a piece of failure take away my only son, whom I worked so hard to raise?
What makes her such a failure?
She's from a low-ranked university, right? She has a job I don't understand. Yet she's so arrogant.
She's not arrogant.
She says she's going to continue working after marriage. If she's poorly educated, shouldn't she at least devote herself to her husband? And yet...
Huh? Stop making fun of my wife. Stella is a much better cook than you. Stella is much better at doing house chores than you.
Anyone can do that kind of housework with a little practice. Don't be so overbearing about it. She's going to live on your income after the marriage, right? As a mother, I can't allow an incompetent, low-educated woman to stick to my son who works for a well-known company. I can see her taking all of the money. So get divorced right now.
You're really making too many prejudices. Have you ever listened to others?
Of course I have. She's a low-ranked, undereducated woman.
She is not incompetent. She's a graphic designer and she's doing a great job. I met her through work.
What?
I had her design our company's event logo. She is a popular designer around here. It took quite a long time to have it completed. I was the one in charge of the meeting with her at that time. She is very accomplished and was sincere in her approach. I didn't feel incompetent at all. She was doing a great job and making a lot of customers happy, so I wanted her to keep working. Fortunately, she can work from home.
She's a designer?
I've told you.
But she's uneducated.
Education is not the problem. It's a job that can only be done with her sense of style, hard work, and relationships. Although it fluctuates from month to month, there are months when she earns more than me.
That much?
You call her incompetent, mistakenly thought her uncle was the father of our child and ruined our wedding. I'll never forgive you.
Wait, Nick. I didn't know that Stella was a designer.
That's because you don't listen to me.
Also, the child in her belly, I was afraid it wasn't yours.
Because of your selfish beliefs. How much do you think she was hurt by your selfish assumptions? I'll never forgive you for hurting my precious wife.
No.
I'll definitely break off the relationship with you.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? I'm your mother.
I don't care. Whether you're my mother or not, I can't have any more relationship with a person who hurts my wife. I won't even let you see our kid. Keep that in mind.
Nick, please, listen to me. I didn't mean to...
You meant it, didn't you?
Huh? Stella? Hey, I was just talking to Nick. Get him back.
Nick says he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. He says he has no intention to forgive you.
Oh no. Nick is my only son. You're going to be a mother too, so you must understand how I feel. You have to convince him.
You got carried away, huh?
What?
I will never forgive what you did. I told you that I would never see you again.
You too? Are you having fun bullying your mother-in-law?
Huh? That's enough. You're the one who bullied me. You almost ruined our big day.
That was my fault. But it's also your fault for doing something doubtful.
What was so doubtful about having my uncle drive me home? He's also overwhelmed by you. You didn't just cause trouble for me and Nick, but also for a lot of people.
Oh.
Can't you understand that? I don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. Please don't show up in front of us again.
Don't say that. You are my daughter-in-law, okay? You're going to have my grandchild now. You need a grandmother too.
My mother is enough for a grandmother. I have no intention of letting you see my child.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made a mistake. Please, forgive me. Not being able to see Nick or my grandchild, I can't bear it. If you forgive me, I'm sure he'll forgive me too, so please.
Please stop fooling around. This conversation is going to go on forever, so let me end it now.
Stella, wait a minute. You'll have to forgive me. I'll be all alone. Do something about it.
I've already cut you off. I will neither forgive you nor help you. I will block you from now on. Well, take care.
Stella!
After that, Aubrey rushed to the wedding, but she arrived after we had already left. She was not satisfied, so she came to the apartment several times, but we reported her to the security as suspicious, so she was caught by the police. When she realized that she would not be forgiven, she asked her relatives to forgive her, but they also knew about the wedding and felt overwhelmed, so she was not taken seriously by anyone. She seems to be spending her days alone and lonely now, locked up at home. She has done so much on our wedding day. She deserves it. Meanwhile, we are spending peaceful days as a couple. Every day, Nick and I look forward to the day when we will be able to meet our cute baby. I just hope that the baby will be born safely and in good health. From now on, the three of us as a family will continue to live happily together.
Amelia, I just want to check something. Your father's company was taken over by my son, wasn't it?
Why are you asking about that out of the blue? My father is still the president of the company. Please don't say crazy things.
So, does that mean you're the next president? Well, that's fine anyway.
Huh? Please stop talking nonsense. Who told you that information?
I visited your house yesterday to see my son. That's when I heard about it.
You visited our house? Are you telling me that you went in without permission? If you're coming, you should have told me in advance.
My son was home since it was his day off, so it doesn't matter. You're just being paranoid, aren't you?
I was working.
Don't you dare to talk back to me.
I have a very serious question. Did my husband say that he was going to be the president of my father's company?
No, he didn't. We found a note in your working space.
I can't believe you went into my working space without permission. Did you ransack the house?
Of course not. Do you think I'm some sort of thief? We're family, so it's normal to enter each other's houses without permission.
Please don't do that. Even though we are family, it's an invasion of privacy.
That's not important right now. What's more important is what the note said. I saw that it said the next president will come from my heir. It must be my son, Warlock, am I right?
I just made a note on the phone conversation I had with my father. It's confidential outside the company. Even though you are my mother-in-law, I can't tell you any more than that.
I need to know everything related to that. Warlock is one of my family members who works for the company. He's on the list of candidates for the next president, isn't he? I have to hear at least that much.
As I just told you, I can't talk to you because you are an outsider. I really can't.
Well, by how you say it, I can tell that Warlock will be the next company president. Isn't that right?
Please stop prying. I can't tell you anything about that.
There are 4 of my relatives working in the company, including you and Warlock. Then it's obvious that my son will be the next president, isn't it?
Can we stop talking about this? I can't divulge any information.
No, we need to continue talking. You don't have any male siblings, do you?
I have 2 younger sisters, for your information.
It's impossible for a woman to take over the company. That means the only male heir is Warlock.
Please stop speculating and saying strange things. I can't tell you anything, no matter what.
From that reaction, it seems that I was right about most of the things. I'm glad to hear that.
Please give me a break. If you don't have any other business, can we end our conversation here?
Maybe I should ask Warlock for an overseas trip next time. I want to go to Italy again.
It seems that you don't want to listen to what I say.
If it happens, I might as well carry out that plan. Yeah, let's do that.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it now. See you later.
My name is Amelia. I'm 35 years old and currently working for a major company owned by my father. 5 years ago, I met and married Warlock, who is the same age as me. He is unreliable and somewhat dangerous, but I thought he was cute just the way he was. I still feel the same way even now. However, I always have a hard time dealing with my mother-in-law. Today, while I was at work, she entered the house without permission, even though she had my husband's permission, and even ransacked my room. I tried to warn her, but she wouldn't listen to me. However, I later regretted that I had underestimated Fanny, my mother-in-law.
I'm sorry to inform you, but I've filed for your divorce.
What? Was that really necessary after all this time? Besides, your husband passed away last year. So shouldn't you have filed the marriage termination papers at that time?
What are you talking about? Don't be ridiculous. I'm grateful to my husband for leaving me a lot of inheritance. There's no way I'm terminating that now.
Wait a minute. Then whose divorce papers did you file?
You and Warlock. It's obvious, right?
Huh? Why?
Since Warlock has become the president of the company, I don't need you anymore. I want you to proceed with the divorce.
What on earth are you talking about? I don't know where to begin.
You have a harsh personality, and to be honest, I didn't like you. But I put up with it because you're the president's daughter. I'm glad that I can finally let that go now.
I knew that you didn't like me, but you're being too arrogant, you know.
Shut up! All I want is my son. Even this house belongs to us, mother and son, from today. I've always dreamed of living together with my son.
No way.
We've just completed our move into the high-rise where you and Warlock live. I'm a fast worker, aren't I?
You're so selfish.
This house is in Warlock's name, right? Then it shouldn't be strange for his mother to live together. Do you have a problem with that?
As you know, I live here too. What were you thinking? Moving out without consulting me?
I mean, you're already divorced from Warlock, so it's time for you to move out. I don't think having a discussion in advance with you is necessary.
Fanny, please listen. Have you heard about the crime of forging documents?
What is that? Do you mean it's a crime to write something without permission?
That's right. It's against the law to make a divorce decree without the permission of the persons concerned. If you contact the authorities immediately, it is possible to revoke it.
But I went there together with Warlock, so I have his permission.
Seriously?
He's been thinking about divorcing you for a long time. I wonder why you didn't notice.
Gosh, that's unbelievable.
Knowing how Warlock feels, are you still going to keep saying that you don't want to divorce him? You're pathetic.
I don't know what to do.
You have no choice anyway. Warlock and you are strangers now. I've sent your stuff to your parents' house, so don't worry.
I can't believe you did this while I was working. This is just too much to bear.
I don't like your personality, but in case you don't know, I'm grateful to you, okay? Thanks for being a stepping stone for my son to become the company's president. I'm sincerely indebted to you.
Anyway, I'll discuss this with Warlock once. There's a lot of confusion here.
You can talk it over, but don't come back to the high-rise, okay? I won't forgive you if you do something annoying like that.
I'm off work tomorrow, so I'll call Warlock over to the cafe and we'll talk.
Oh well, why don't you do whatever you want? See ya! It's been a week since your divorce. I know you're not over it. I just want you to stop obsessing over Warlock.
Don't worry. I'm already over it. We talked about it, and I didn't go to the authorities to cancel the divorce.
You're lying. Every day, Warlock says that he's going to see you.
It's true that he comes to my parents' house every day.
I knew it. You're going around calling your ex-husband and trying to get him to cancel the divorce. Can you explain the current situation to me?
I think you misunderstood. Your son is begging me not to divorce him.
I don't think so. Warlock wanted a divorce. I don't see a single reason why he's going to your parents' house. Stop taking advantage of my son for your own good.
You know what? Stop running off on your own without knowing what's going on.
How rude! Warlock said that he wants to divorce you. Also, it's a fact that he's going to be the company's president. I know everything.
I wonder why you said that. As a matter of fact, Warlock won't be the president of our company.
That can't be true. I saw the note you left with my own eyes.
Instead of taking over the company, he's unemployed now.
What are you talking about? That's impossible.
Think about it carefully. In the days before the divorce, you entered our house several times without permission. Each time you came to our house, Warlock was there, wasn't he? Don't you think it's strange?
Which part of that was strange? My son just happened to take a day off from work when I visited him.
Our company is closed on Saturdays, Sundays, national holidays, New Year's, and summer holidays. We are on business during weekdays. And yet, Warlock was home.
What? I don't understand.
Moreover, don't you think it's strange that he hasn't been going to work every day these days?
I think he was just using his paid leaves. I mean, he's the company's president, so he doesn't have to come to the office, right?
You're wrong. Even if he were the company's president, it's impossible for him to take day off so often on weekdays, even if he uses his paid leaves.
Wait a minute. I'm getting more confused.
Let me explain it to you step by step. Please listen carefully. First of all, Warlock was fired from our company 6 months ago.
What? Why?
He was a habitual slacker. He skipped work whenever he found time and didn't do a very good job at all. Our company can't keep a lazy person as an employee.
Anyone would take a little time off to relax. Are you telling me that the company doesn't allow the employees to take a break?
In Warlock's case, it went too far. It wasn't even in the category of taking a break. He said that he went to visit a client, but he ended up gambling at a casino. Because of that, he once forgot to visit an important client.
No way. There's no way my son would do such a thing.
I know he was unreliable and not serious about his work to begin with. I used to go together with him when I was in the same sales department.
Really?
But 6 months ago, I had to leave the sales department. That's when his slacking off habit worsened.
Then that means you're the cause too, right?
Of course not. Warlock is already 35 years old. I think it's normal for him to do his job on his own.
No, I don't think you should leave him by himself, knowing that he can't do his job without help. You were his wife, weren't you?
I've been appointed as an executive director, so there's no way I can follow up on the work of the sales department.
What did you say?
I was appointed as an executive director. Before that, I was the head of the sales department. My father nominated me for the position, so I was promoted. You didn't hear about this?
No, I didn't. By any chance, are you the company's next president?
I've told you many times, but I couldn't go into details because it's a company secret.
But an executive director is a pretty important position. Don't you think so?
I can't tell you anything about it. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Then why didn't you tell me about that at an early stage?
I didn't think it was a good idea to tell you that your son is unemployed if he didn't tell you.
Then at least tell him that you've become the executive director. I'm your mother-in-law.
I thought you hate me. That's why I didn't tell you, because I knew that you wouldn't be interested in me.
I can't believe this is really happening. Warlock is unemployed and you're one of the board members? I'm speechless.
I've warned Warlock many times not to slack off. I've also given him proper guidance and training. But there was no room for improvement with him. So we had no choice but to have him quit the company. Please understand.
But why did he accept my offer of divorcing you when he was in such a state?
It turns out that what he wanted was the high-rise where we lived, and his father's inheritance.
My husband's inheritance?
He thought that he was going to have the high-rise as part of his share of the property, and if he lives there with you, he'll also benefit from his father's inheritance. With those, he was thinking that he'll have no trouble making ends meet after the divorce.
So that's why he accepted my proposal so easily, even though he was unemployed? How foolish of him.
However, after discussing the matter with me, various miscalculations and misunderstandings came to light. Then, he told me that he doesn't want a divorce.
I didn't know that.
What did you tell Warlock when you asked him to divorce me?
I just told him that he should leave you because of your harsh personality. Why did you ask that?
Did you talk to him about who's gonna be the next president?
Warlock agreed to the divorce before I could even talk about that.
That's why I told him about your misunderstanding. That's when he realized that he was relying on me financially since he was unemployed and finally started to get impatient.
But was that enough to make him impatient? We still have a house, so it's not like that he's suddenly going to be in trouble. That's strange. You must have some kind of a plan, don't you?
As for the high-rise, I bought it in one lump sum before I got married. Unfortunately, Warlock can't live in it because it's not subject to property division.
Didn't you buy that after you got married? I thought the two of you went to a real estate agent to look for a new house while you were engaged.
We did think about a new house, but my house is quite spacious, and we decided it would be a shame to let it go.
So you and my son continued to live there?
That's right. And then, when Warlock finally understood that if we're divorced, he would be homeless and jobless, he thought that it would be a bad idea to move on with the divorce under the current circumstances. So he is now begging me to cancel the divorce. After all, he's going to be kicked out of the high-rise.
I can't believe I misunderstood everything. Oh my God.
Sorry to hear that.
I apologize for being selfish. Please don't divorce Warlock.
It's too late, Fanny. You and your son are really just like each other.
I can't believe I can't even live in that high-rise, and my son is jobless. Thank you so much for supporting Warlock until this day. I really hope that you'll continue to do the same.
Don't make me laugh. Even though you've apologized to me, things won't change.
You knew Warlock's personality before you married him. You wanted to support him, right?
I thought he was cute at first because he was unreliable and a bit of a mess. I'm the eldest daughter, so I have a caring personality.
Then you should continue to love him. And me too.
Why do you expect me to take care of you and Warlock after what you've done to me? That's impossible, of course.
I've sold my house since I thought I was going to live in the high-rise. What am I supposed to do now?
You got a lot of inheritance from your husband, right? Besides, you're a pensioner, so why don't you do your best to make ends meet?
I can't do that. That's why I moved out. You should have guessed.
Are you kidding me? Did you spend all of your husband's inheritance?
Well, something like that.
Well, you said before that you wanted to go back to Italy again, but looks like you've been traveling overseas so much that you've run out of money.
I was just so happy because I suddenly got a lot of money. I went on a cross-country tour of Europe and also a gourmet tour of Korea. Before I knew it, my balance turned to zero. So please, don't give up on me.
Give me a break.
On top of that, I even got a bill for the property tax on my house. I thought it was impossible to live on my pension alone. That's when I found out that Warlock might take over your father's company.
Strictly speaking, that was your own mistake. Isn't that what you deserved?
Don't say that. It was a ray of light for me. That's why I was going to make him divorce you and keep his earnings to myself. I never thought this would happen.
If you had consulted me in the first place, I would have helped you a lot. Looks like you never listened to anyone.
Then help me now.
I don't want to do that. I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive you after what you've done to me. So, you don't even love my son anymore?
My feelings have completely cooled off after this incident.
I wonder if someone's feelings can change that easily.
Warlock said he felt inferior and desperate because his wife had got a promotion and he was unemployed. But that doesn't mean I can go back with someone who can decide on divorce so easily.
But you said you have a caring nature, didn't you? Why don't you take care of me and my son as your hobby? It will be fun.
Please don't say anything without thinking in advance. It's not the same as taking care of someone you love.
Oh no, then what should I do?
Please think about that on your own. As for the high-rise, we are preparing to sell it, so please leave as soon as possible. Please take care of your own son from now on.
Don't abandon us! Help us! You are our only hope, Amelia!
After that, I also proceeded with the sale of the high-rise and got rid of my mother-in-law and ex-husband. The last time I saw my mother-in-law and ex-husband, they were crying like babies. How embarrassing. My ex-husband was coming to my parents' house every day, so I warned him that if he came again, I would report him to the police. As a result, he got scared and stopped doing that. And then time passed. I was nominated by my father to be the next president of the company. And now, I'm working hard every day so that I can manage the company properly. My days are so busy that I have a newfound respect for my father. I have not been in contact with my mother-in-law and my ex-husband since then. Rumor has it that my ex-husband has not been able to find a new job. He kept changing his job since he's not capable to work at the same place for a long term. The property division that I gave him as a last mercy seems to have been used up immediately. Now they are living in poverty with only my mother-in-law's small pension. I tried to do everything I could, but it can't be helped. I feel bad about the way we parted, but from now on, I will forget about those two and try to do my best for the company and my own happiness. You came to see me? I guess I was sleeping. I'm sorry.
Oh, you noticed? You were sleeping, so I just left.
I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you, but I'm glad you came. Come see me again if you can. I'd love to talk to you.
Sure. I know it's depressing to be in a hospital bed all day. I'll come see you again.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to hear about your sudden hospitalization. You were always full of energy.
I know. I'm surprised too. And I'm shocked. I'm going to get better as soon as possible and go home.
You'll be fine. You know, fancy may kill or cure. By the way, is Paul doing okay while you're in the hospital?
Yeah, he seems to be okay. He sends me messages every day so I know what he's doing. Surprisingly, he seems to be cooking for himself. He even did his laundry. He usually doesn't do anything at home, but I guess he can do it if he tries.
Guys really don't do anything when they have wives. Maybe your hospitalization was a good opportunity for him. I hope this opportunity will make him appreciate you.
Yeah, I hope so. I won't expect much though. You know, he's not an indoor person.
It doesn't matter if he's indoor or outdoor. Nowadays, guys have to be able to do housework too, or they won't be liked by girls. But I'm sure Paul is busy. I can go help him.
You're also busy. I can't ask you to do that.
You don't have to worry about me. You're my precious little sister.
He seems to be taking it easy, so I think he is enjoying his single life too. He should be fine being alone.
But you're worried about him too, right? It's not something that will last forever, so don't worry. I'll just check on him occasionally and help him out. Leave it to me while you're in the hospital. I want you to be treated without worrying about anything.
Are you sure? Then will you help him sometimes?
Sure thing.
Thank you, Zoe. I'm really glad you're my sister.
Don't say funny things. Then leave it to me.
Whenever you're available is fine.
Okay. Mia, how are you feeling?
Yeah, not bad. Personally, I'd like to get out of the hospital now.
Right. You must be concerned about Paul the most, aren't you?
Not like that, but...
Be honest. I have good news for you.
What is it?
I thought I'd give you an update on him.
Yeah? Thanks for always helping out, Zoe. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But you don't have to give me updates. I know you're busy too.
What are you saying? I just want you to feel relieved so that you can get better soon.
Zoe...
By the way, last night, I got some fresh cabbage, so I made coleslaw.
What? I want to eat it.
I can make you as much as you want after you get out of the hospital.
Really? I'm so happy.
But you know, Paul was surprised.
Why?
He said he had never eaten handmade coleslaw before.
Really? I think I've made it before. Maybe it didn't taste enough to make it memorable. I know your cooking is delicious.
And since he said he wanted to eat Chinese food today, I thought I'd make some fried noodles.
That sounds delicious. I'd like to eat that too.
I'll make for you too. I just texted him to tell him what we're having for dinner, and he said, "Oh my God, I love fried noodles."
Wow, he's having a good life. He's having you all to himself. Not fair.
What? And then he told me something.
Told you what?
He asked me to keep coming to cook for him.
What? He told you such a brazen thing? He's totally taking advantage of the fact that you're a good cook. Sorry, Zoe.
It's nothing to apologize for.
You know, I'm not a good cook. Paul is so kind that he eats my food and says it's delicious. Of course, everyone loves delicious food. I'm jealous of you.
What are you saying? You have a lot of things I don't have.
Is that so?
Of course you do. So you know, I'd like to keep cooking for him. Is that okay?
Of course that's fine. As long as it's okay with you, please. Then I don't have to worry about Paul's health.
Yay! Then I'm officially his wife now.
Huh? What do you mean? Well, until I get out of the hospital, I guess you're his substitute wife.
Mia, did you hear from Paul?
About what?
You don't know? He said he wants to date me just the other day.
Huh? What are you talking about? Don't make bad jokes just because I'm bored.
I'm not joking. It's true.
You're lying.
He said maybe Mia will continue to stay in the hospital. If that happens, I'm not sure what I should do with our marriage. Unlike her, you can do anything, so I thought now was the chance. What do you think?
What? Zoe, are you trying to entertain me?
How could I make such a joke?
Did Paul really say that?
I'm sorry, Mia, but it's true. I've heard a lot of complaints about you. I hate to say this, but...
What is it?
He's not happy with your sex life. Did you have sex with him often?
Well, I didn't do it every day, but...
Right? I took care of it too.
Huh? What? What do you mean?
It means what it means. We spent the night together. It was awesome.
Hey, Zoe, do you know what you're saying?
I know what I'm saying. That's why I told you I can't say this kind of thing as a joke. I've told you many times. I feel bad for you, but I can't control my feelings either. Paul, he looks just like my first love. That's why I've been thinking about him. I was into him for the past few days.
I can't help it, right? Wait, Zoe, was that what you wanted when you said you'd take care of Paul while noticing you like him?
That's the way it turned out. But he needed me too. You know, I feel sorry for him being left alone while you're in the hospital. Even if you could leave the hospital, you can't even cook a decent meal, can you? I feel sorry for him. Even if you hadn't gone into the hospital, eventually, this would have happened. So, you know, I'll be his wife.
Did I go crazy after being hospitalized? I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this real?
Right. You're in a hospital bed, so it won't ring a bell with this explanation. Well then. Will you believe me if you see this? Me and Paul, we're in love, right? It's not photoshopped.
Oh no, Zoe. Did you trick me? And I can't believe that you would treat me so badly while I'm fighting a disease. I can't forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like you, but I couldn't help it. We are attracted to each other. You can't take care of him when you're in the hospital, right?
Fine, I'm divorcing him.
Really? Thanks, Mia. Now we can get married in peace.
Whatever.
Oh, but I won't get married until you get out of the hospital. You are his current wife. I'll keep you updated.
No, you don't have to.
Why not? Don't you want to know all the details? You're really curious about it, aren't you?
What? Are you crazy? I don't want to know what's going on with my adulterous husband. I don't understand.
I don't think you believe me. You're still doubting me, aren't you?
Huh? I really don't understand. How can I doubt you after you showed me that photo?
Well, I wanted you to admit it.
That's enough. You're making me feel sick and my condition will get worse again. I'm getting divorced, so just leave me alone.
No, it doesn't work like that. I need you to examine closely. You need to know I'm more suitable for Paul.
When did you become such a person, Zoe? You're toast as a human being.
I don't need you to tell me that. I'm just staying with the one I love. I don't need you to tell me what to do.
I get it now, so leave me alone. I won't even read a message from you.
Read it to the end. It's just that the man I fell in love with happened to be your husband. I have the right to choose, don't I?
Yeah, please choose on your own. You are his best.
Now you understand? I knew it. So, while you are his wife, I'll keep you updated. Bye for now.
Whatever.
How dare you? You're so dirty.
What is it all of a sudden?
You told everyone, didn't you?
What? I don't understand. What are you talking about? It's impossible for me to go talk to everyone, isn't it?
Don't play dumb. It has to be you. You're the one who told about us.
I said I'm in the hospital. How can I tell everyone?
There are so many ways. You have your phone? You called every one of them, huh? You're the only one who would do that.
I haven't done anything yet.
What do you mean, yet?
I'm going to tell everyone eventually, but you know what?
See? It was you.
Hey, I said no. If I tell them now and go through the procedures, it won't work for me too. I need to proceed with the life insurance and all those stuff too. I'll tell everyone and go through all the procedures after I get out of the hospital and settle down.
Then how does everyone know?
I don't know.
They stare at me. My best friend said she doesn't want to see me anymore. She told me I was disgusting for having an affair with my sister's husband while you are in the hospital.
Oh, but it's true.
I knew it was you.
I really don't know. I don't have your friend's phone number. There's no way I could tell anyone. You told her yourself, didn't you?
Why would I do that? It's ridiculous. Now that everyone knows, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
God, my dream is to be a bride. I was going to tell everyone after I got married.
But you know, they'll figure it out eventually, right? Maybe they notice it first?
That's not all.
Huh? What?
Paul is getting a flood of calls from people accusing him. He said his colleagues and friends all left him. He turned pale.
Oh dear. Well, that's what happens when you hear this story. If I had a friend like that, I might do the same thing. Considering what you did, it can't be helped, right? That's how sinful you are.
Huh? What's with that tone? There's no doubt about it. It was definitely you. Tell the truth.
I really don't know anything, and I didn't do anything. I'm telling you, it's too much trouble to get divorced while I'm in the hospital.
Then who did it?
I don't know. If you want to know, why don't you look it up yourself? But if everyone knows, I wonder if it's X.
It was you after all. Just tell the truth. I can forgive you if you tell me now.
Hey, that's not right. Why should I be forgiven? It's you guys who are to be blamed.
God, shut up. Tell me now.
I'm having so much free time in the hospital, so I started X with a help from my friend.
And you posted on it?
Yeah, at first I just used it to browse, but after I found out about you and Paul, I started noticing a lot of being cheated wife users. I thought I might as well post something.
What did you post?
You gave me useless information about Paul and you, so I just copied and pasted it.
Huh? What the hell have you done?
Yeah, but of course I didn't mention your names, and I'm not using my real name either.
Then how did they find out? I knew you were the one who told everyone.
No, that's absolutely not true. I'm not in contact with anyone.
Then how would everyone know? What's going on?
Well, I don't know. My profile picture? My face is covered by my phone though. Maybe they could tell because the background was a hospital?
What are you talking about? Tell me your username.
Okay, let me send it to you.
What the hell? The personal information on the bed? The name of the hospital is on it. Hey, it's easy to know who it is.
Oh, yeah. My friends and colleagues might have figured it out. Is that why my tweets were retweeted? X is very interesting.
It's not funny. What are you going to do?
If they know it's me, there's nothing I can do. It's been spread a lot. Besides...
What?
Some sent me messages. It was a guy. He said he felt so sorry for me. Wait, this guy?
What? You know him?
Oh, now I know. He mind-read me, so I was wondering why.
You have an idea who this person is? Who? Tell me now.
I knew it.
What?
He's Paul's cousin.
Cousin? How do you know?
Because he used to come over to our house a lot. Right. He was using X. He used to take pictures of the food I cooked and post them. That's the username I saw back then. I remember now. But that means... I guess all the relatives know about it now. Sorry, my bad.
Hey, what are you going to do? I can't even see the relatives anymore. It's your fault.
No. That's not true. It was you who is having an affair with Paul while I'm in the hospital. They would find out someday anyway.
Shut up. I don't want to be told by you.
How can you say that after making me so miserable in the hospital?
I don't care. Paul and I are having fun.
How selfish are you? You don't care about anyone, do you? Don't you have anything like kindness or compassion? Well, that's why you can do such terrible things, huh? I can do nothing but cry on the bed. I was so frustrated and disappointed, like I was going crazy. But thanks to X, I feel a bit better.
But that doesn't mean it's too much to spread it to the whole world. Hey, can you please clear up this misunderstanding?
What misunderstanding?
Tell them that Paul loves me more than his ex-wife, which means we're in love with each other.
Okay, let me post it on X right now. I just got a message from my sister who stole my husband from me. She wants me to use the post to clear up the misunderstanding. She told me to post that my sister and my husband were in love with each other. I am being threatened right now. I think this is not right. There you go. Zoe, I posted it.
Hey! This is a useless post. I mean, it makes me look even worse.
But I'm not lying. I've been posting nothing but the truth all along. And you know what?
What? There's more?
Yeah, I'm tagging all my posts with hashtag spread the word. So I think a lot of people are watching. More than you think. So maybe the people around you and Paul have found out. Surprisingly, a large number of people are using X.
God, no!
It seems that it was Paul's cousin who was messaging me. He had heard from Paul that I was in the hospital, so he noticed immediately. And he was surprised by the post and retweeted it with hashtag spread the word. He said he wanted to let everyone know about Paul's wrongdoings. After I left the hospital, of course, I divorced Paul. My sister and Paul were cut off from my parents, being slandered by all the relatives, and left this town as if they were running away. I don't know what happened to them after that. I got out from the hospital, but I am still in poor health and am recuperating at home. When I recover completely, I would like to move to a new place and start a new life. I still feel a little depressed, but for now, my priority is to get well.
Hello, Alexandra. I can't go on today's date. I was looking forward to it too, but...
Another cancellation, huh? This is already the third time in a row. What do you mean you're going to skip the date with your girlfriend in the first place?
I'm sorry. Don't be so hard on me. I've been busy at work. I had to work on my day off again today. It's an important client, so I couldn't miss it.
Do hairdressers have to work on short notice? You said you always work shifts.
My job is not just giving people haircuts. I'm also in a higher position, so I have to do all kinds of chores.
Are you sure it's work? I thought you had other things to do. You sound suspicious anyway.
I'm telling you the truth. Trust me, Alexandra. I'm sorry, but I might not be able to see you for a while. I'm really sorry.
What? Why?
I've been really busy at work. I'm really bad at arranging things, so I can't go on a date because I want to concentrate on work for a while.
I see. Okay then. So when can we see each other again?
I guess it depends on work. I want to see you soon, so I'll do my best. I'll call you as soon as I get settled.
You don't need to tell me the exact date, but can you tell me approximately when we can meet each other? Christmas is 2 weeks from now. We can spend Christmas together, right? You promised me, remember?
I know. How could I forget my promise with you?
Then, can we spend Christmas together? Can't we?
I can't spend the whole day, but I think we can meet during noon.
What? Are you telling me that you can't even stay overnight on Christmas Day?
Sorry, I really want to spend time with you all day long, but I have to work on Christmas Day too. It's also time for a hairdresser like me to earn money.
Sorry to hear that. Seems like it's quite tough to be a hairdresser. All right then. From around Christmas to the beginning of the year is the best time to make money, isn't it?
I'm really sorry.
Never mind. You're just doing your job. It can't be helped. So I'll be patient.
Thank you. I'm glad to have such a nice person like you as my girlfriend. I really am.
Can I call you or text you on the phone? I don't want to get in the way of your work. I'll just send you a good morning or something. I'd like to at least say hi to you since I won't be able to see you for a while.
Well, that's okay. But if I'm busy with work, I might not be able to reply as often as I should.
Don't worry about that. I'll be patient. I don't want you to think that I'm a depressed woman.
Thank you. I'll work hard so I can spend with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Christmas.
Me too. Good luck at work then. Toby, good morning. How's work? Still busy? Be careful not to get sick. Please pick up the phone, Toby. Where are you? I need to talk to you for a minute.
What's up? You scared me with all those notifications.
Well, it's Christmas today. What about our date? You're not going to tell me you forgot, are you?
How could I forget? Of course, I remember. But I haven't finished work yet. I don't think I can go out now.
Work? Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. It's Christmas, isn't it? We have a lot of customers. I've been very busy all week until today.
So much so that you can't even read my messages for a week?
Seriously, I don't have time for that.
Not even a minute before bed? Or a minute during dinner? So busy that you haven't had a second to read my messages?
It's all for today's date with you. I was working hard. I'm sorry I left your messages unread.
So, are we having a date today? It's already past midnight.
I'll come see you as soon as I finish work.
What time does your work end?
Well, I don't know yet.
Look, if you don't want to go on a date with me, just say so. Be a man, Toby. I don't like it when you whine. If you want to break up with me, just tell me. This kind of thing pisses me off the most.
Huh? What's with that attitude of yours? If that's how you feel, you should have guessed. Were you waiting for me to call? I didn't call you back and canceled our date, so you know what that means, right?
Why are you mad at me? I'm the one who should be upset, not you, Toby. What the hell is wrong with you? You're pissing me off.
I'm pissed off too. I didn't think you were this inconsiderate. I thought I'd just gently fade out from our relationship. Can't you see how sincere I am?
Gently fade away? Sincerity? Oh, give me a break. Just say it out loud. You don't even have the courage to tell me that you want to break up with me? What a coward.
I know you're frustrated because you got dumped. How much of a woman do you think you are? After all, my relationship with you was just a fling. You're not even my girlfriend. So why would I go through the trouble of talking about breaking up with you?
That's really disgusting. And you're married too. I should have been careful in picking my Mr. Right. I'm so depressed about my lack of luck with men.
What? How did you know I'm married? I didn't tell you, did I?
No, you didn't. Not only that, you confessed to me that you were single, right? What was that all about? You deceived me.
I didn't mean to. How did you know that I'm not single? Explain to me, Alexandra.
I went to your workplace, the hair salon where you said you work for. I was worried when I didn't hear anything from you. Also, I was curious about what kind of place you are working at.
You came to my workplace? When? I told you not to come there, didn't I?
Because you want to keep your personal and professional lives separate, right? Besides, you don't want your coworkers making fun of you. You also said that you didn't want your coworkers to take me away from you. You're trying to make it sound so obvious because you don't want me to see your wife working with you, do you?
You met my wife? You can't just show up at my workplace. Are you stalking me? You want me to sue you?
Don't change the subject. It just so happened to be a day when you were away for a job. So I guess it's true what you said about you working hard.
I told you I was working. I'm not lying. That's impossible. If you'd behaved, I'd have given you a chance to have some fun. Too bad.
Shut up, prick married man. I got a haircut from your wife. I asked her to give me a short haircut since I got dumped.
What? You pretended to be a client? That's quite scary.
No, wait. What do you mean about pretending? I'm a respectable customer. It's just that the person in charge happens to be my boyfriend's wife.
You were not saying anything nasty about me to my wife, did you? I won't forgive you if you say anything about me having an affair with you.
I didn't tell her, even though I didn't know I was sleeping with someone's husband. What if I get sued?
That's a wise decision. You're having an affair with me. From my wife's point of view, both of us are guilty.
I was supposed to be your real girlfriend.
Sorry, I'm a married man. If you just can't get over me, I'll play with you once in a while.
What are you talking about? I'm not interested in other people's husband. I mean, your wife taught me a lot of things without me having to say anything.
My wife? What did she talk about?
Well, a lot of things. She and I got to know each other really well. We talked about personal things too.
What did you talk about? Tell me.
That the store was opened by your wife and you were just a hired manager. When I told her that my boyfriend was married, she was so worried about me. She said that her husband seemed to be having an affair somewhere else. She really doubted me.
What? What do you mean?
She said she knows that you're cheating on her, but she can't seem to get any proof, so she's having a hard time.
Seriously? My wife is aware that I'm cheating on you? Did she really say that? If it's a lie, you're in huge trouble.
I'm not lying. You can ask your wife if you want to. She wants a divorce as soon as she finds proof of the affair. Of course, she wants to kick you out of the shop too. I know how she feels. We hit it off.
You didn't say anything else, did you? You're telling the truth, right?
Of course, I couldn't tell her. By the way, your wife's haircut was excellent. I'm already her fan. I got her personal business card, so I think I'll go back to the salon.
Don't you dare to come back.
Is it okay to say that? I'm a valued customer, okay? It's awful to kick out a customer. You're a hired manager, so you shouldn't be cocky like that.
Shut up! You found out I'm married, didn't you? Then don't come to the salon anymore.
I guess I'll have to send you your stuff.
My stuff?
Your stuff are in my room. I'll send it to the address on your wife's business card.
Huh? Don't do that! Don't do anything unnecessary.
The building behind the salon is both your office and home. I'll send the stuff here.
I'll go get it at your place.
But I already sent it. It's Christmas. Think of it as a Christmas present from me.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, but I sent it to your wife. She was very nice to me the other day. A Christmas present from me to your wife.
Huh? You sent it to my wife? What are you doing? There's no excuse for something like that.
Yeah, I sent it to her with some date photos of me and stuff. Some of them are showing how intimate we were. There's too much evidence of infidelity. You have no excuse.
Proof of infidelity? What do you mean by pictures? Intimate? What kind of stuff did you send?
Date photos, kissing. The rest I'm too embarrassed to tell you. But don't worry. I'm hiding my face. I made sure to include an apology to your wife. I didn't know you were married, and I'm sorry.
You've got to be kidding me. What the hell were you thinking?
I bet that was the best Christmas present ever. Now your wife can leave her adulterous husband. Maybe Santa made her wish come true.
Seriously? If my wife divorces me, it's your fault. I'll sue you.
You can't sue me, but your wife can sue me all she wants. On the other hand, you will be sued by me. Are you sure you understand your current situation?
Are you going to sue me? Why should I be sued?
I'll sue you for deceiving me, of not telling me that you are a married man. But you won't win this battle. I can guarantee that 100%. I don't think your wife will forgive you for cheating either. You're free to do whatever you want.
I'm sorry that I deceived you. Can you stop sending my stuff? I'm so sorry.
I can't. You can't stop Santa Claus when he's delivering the mails.
I'm so sorry. I can't live with myself if my wife leaves me. I'll lose my job too. How will I survive if my income is cut off?
Anyway, have you ever heard of Black Santa Claus?
What's that?
People say that Black Santa comes and punishes bad kids. I wonder which Santa Claus will come for you. Merry Christmas, scumbag! I haven't heard from Toby since then. Of course, I have not been sued either. A few months later, I went to his wife's salon again. Toby was not there. According to his wife, the divorce was successfully finalized. I was impressed to see his ex-wife smiling so happily. Big sis, can I talk to you for a minute? You know we had a baby last year, right? Yeah, I know. My husband and I talked about it, and we decided that living in an apartment would be too hard for us. So we decided to move there together as a family. We want to raise our kids in a more relaxed environment. So I just want to let you know about that. What? No one told me that you're moving in with the whole family. Huh? Mom said it's fine. I don't have to listen to your opinion, right? No, as you know, I live in this house too. And now suddenly, you and your family are moving in. We have different working hours, wake-up time, and so on. So frankly speaking, it's a huge problem for me. Gosh, what should I do? Why don't we meet in person and discuss it with your husband in the room? It's not something that can be decided just by texting, is it? That won't be necessary. Why? I know there will be many problems if we live together. Instead of us moving in, you have to move out of the house. No kidding. Why should I do that? It's not a joke. I'm serious. Mom agrees with me too. Listen to me, Madison. Why are you going ahead with this without any discussion with me? I can't believe it. Well, you're not the owner of that house, are you? It was in our mother's name after our father left. So why are you acting like you're the owner? I'm paying for the bills of this house. I'm part of this family too. I've been supporting our mother ever since you left on your own. Now you want to come back because you have a baby and you can't make ends meet? Isn't that too easy? You can't just do whatever you like. By the way, I think you're misunderstanding something, but I don't need your permission. I mean, being a part of the family, it's kind of funny. You're just in that house because you're still single and don't have a place to stay, right? Why don't you take this as a good opportunity to be independent? You are too old to live together with Mom. It's embarrassing. For your information, I'm independent. You're living on your parents' dime and you're telling me that you are independent? Don't make me laugh. You're living off the inheritance from our father, right? I know exactly what you mean. What? I'm not living off my father's inheritance. I have a job and I use my income to pay for my living expenses. You don't know anything about me, so don't talk like you do. You have no right to boast of yourself since you're still living with Mom. I mean, Mom, who owns the house, says that she doesn't want you anymore. I agree with her anyway. Mom also says she'd rather live with her pretty daughter and adorable granddaughter than living with an introvert like you. Shut up and get out! Will you stop being such an annoying person? It makes me feel sorry for myself to have you as a sister. You know exactly what this house is like, and you want to move in? You'll regret it. Huh? Of course I won't regret it. That house is our parents' house. Of course, I know everything about it. That's not what I meant. Oh, gosh. Just forget it. I understand.
I'm leaving. So why don't you do whatever you want? I'm sick of our mother's selfishness lately, and you're right. It's a good opportunity for me. You should have been honest with me from the beginning. If you did so, I wouldn't have gone through all this trouble. I'm so embarrassed to have you as my elder sister. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, about me moving out from the house, I need a month to find a new place to live. Yes, I understand. Oh, and just so you know, I won't be your guarantor for the apartment, okay? I don't want to get in trouble if you can't pay the rent. I'm not going to pay a single penny for you. I'm not going to depend on you guys from the beginning. Really? You've been living together with Mom for such a long time now, so I don't trust you. You're working part-time anyway, aren't you? I don't know if you can live on your own with such a modest income. Yeah, whatever. You can say what you want to say since I'm not going to listen to you anyway. Well, I'm busy with work, so I'll see you later. Sis, can I talk to you for a minute? What do you want? You don't need me anymore, do you? I need to borrow some money. What? Why? I thought you moved in with Mom because you could afford to pay for everything. Aren't you living off our father's inheritance? Why are you asking me for money? That's the thing. It doesn't matter. You're my sister. Help me. Let me guess. There is no such thing as our father's inheritance. Am I correct? I think we should call it debt. Yes, that's right. I wonder why Mom didn't tell me about this. I didn't keep it from you, okay? I mean, I told you at our father's funeral. I told you that I was going to disinherit anything related to our father because he had a bad debt. Didn't you listen to what I told you? Oh, maybe you only heard the part about disinheritance. You always cut out the parts that suited you, didn't you? I didn't know. Because Mom had a new car and the inside was remodeled and clean. I thought I had good access to money. I thought Mom was doing it with our father's inheritance. Unfortunately, I must say that it's my money she's been using. I mean, the only reason the house has lasted this long is because I earned and supported Mom. Mom has almost no savings. We've been able to live a normal life because I've been supporting her. I worked so hard on my own, so I wanted her to at least thank me for that. After living together for so many years, she seems to have forgotten all about that. Well, Mom always hates me. I guess she didn't want to admit the fact that she had a daughter like me who supports her. She was a proud woman. I can't believe it! If I had known about that, I would have stopped you from moving out. You want to use me as your ATM? No way. I mean, you're the one who told me to leave, right? Why are you playing the victim now? You kicked me out yourself, so don't rely on me. If you're so desperate for money, why don't you go to get a payday loan or something? They'll lend you the money right away. I don't have the money to pay that back. There's no way I can borrow money. That's why I'm asking you. Seems that this is more serious than I thought. Why don't you use your husband's salary then? You're a housewife. Why can't you handle the budget? His salary is not enough. We only have enough money to live on paycheck by paycheck. Then why don't you work? I can't. I have kids to take care of. Why don't you ask Mom to take care of them? Mom doesn't do anything for me. All she thinks about is spending money. That's right. She doesn't even do much housework, does she? I used to do all the work. But I think you just need to tell her that you can't do it. It seems like your family is already on the verge of collapse. If you don't do something about it, it'll be too late, you know? If you know what I'm talking about, then help me. You're my sister, right? Huh? I don't want to. I've been cut off from you since I left that house. Oh, and by the way, I already waived all inheritance rights, and there's no way you can try to put me on the hook for the debt. So this is completely your problem. Can you just leave me out of it? If you want money, why don't you try working hard? Well then, good luck. After that, Madison sent me daily messages asking for my help, but one day it suddenly stopped. I was curious, so I took a peek at my parents' house and found it deserted. I wondered if they had run away at night. Well, I have cut off all ties with my family, so I have nothing to do with them anymore. When my relatives found out that I didn't help them to the end, they said I was a heartless daughter. When I told them to give their help to my family, they fell in silence. I have already cut ties with those relatives too. Fortunately, my friends are very understanding, and they all praised me for what I did. There are things that are unforgivable even in one's own family. I just couldn't forgive them. What do you think? Please let me know about your opinions in the comment section.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!